Hi, how are you? My name is Bernadette Henry of Make It Fun NYC, where I make jump rope and exercise as a whole more fun and exciting for anyone looking to live a healthy and active lifestyle. I'm also the creator of Jump, and it is a wellness program for moms over 40 to help them maintain their physical, mental, and emotional wellness so that they can live to the highest level of their self-care. Okay. And today we're going to be talking about jump rope and the knees. Jump rope and the knees. This is a topic or a question that I get all the time, and I've answered it a lot of times, but I'm going to answer it one more time, again and again and again. So if you have questions, put them inside the chat and I will answer them as they come up or after I go over the content, because I'll most likely answer your question during the broadcast. Okay. So in an ideal world, it would be great if we had instruction manuals for everything. And that includes jump rope as well. And, a lot of times I do a lot of content on social media, and I always say 10 minutes of jump rope is equivalent to a 30-minute jog on a treadmill at 6.5 miles an hour. And what happens is a lot of people go out and they get a rope and then they start jumping, right? But some of these people will say, hey, I haven't jumped rope since I was a little girl, or I haven't jumped rope in a while, or I haven't even exercised in a while. I haven't even taken a walk in a while. I haven't even stretched in a while. So it's like now you're going and trying to do this intense exercise that you haven't done in a very long time. Okay. Your body must be prepared for this activity, and it goes far beyond just stretching. Okay. So let me give you some precautions or things that you can do in your power and in your control to ensure that you are safe. Number one, do not jump too hard or land incorrectly. So when you're jumping, you really only need to jump high enough to clear the rope. You're not clearing a bucket, a fence, a wall, any of that. Matter of fact, even though this right here is not a jump rope, it's very thin. And this is kind of what jump rope is. You're jumping over something that thin. Okay. So you don't need to jump that high. And then like the higher you jump, the more energy that you're expending. Okay. And also when you're jumping, you want to jump on the balls of your feet. So your toes. You don't want to land on your whole feet. That's going to cause a whole nother set of problems, right? You want to not land hard. You want to land soft, right? Because the harder you jump, that's gravity pulling down, and you're putting all your force on your feet, your knees, your ankles, your joints. So you want to make sure that you are landing softly, right? And the only way to really do that, or to guarantee that, is making sure that you're jumping high enough to clear the rope. Okay. Now when you're running and jogging, for instance, right? And let me just tell you this, which I didn't say. If you could run and jog, you can jump, right? And disclaimer, this is not medical advice. So if you do have a medical condition, make sure that you seek the care of your doctor. Now, when you're running and jogging, you're kind of constantly pounding up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. So that causes a lot of pounding already. So when you're jumping, if you're jumping on both of your feet, you're only kind of just jumping inch by inch by inch by inch, which is, like I said, only as high that you need to jump. Okay. Number two, do not jump on hard surfaces such as concrete, such as a sidewalk or things like that. Something that's just very hard, because if it's hard, guess what? It's not going to absorb shock, and that can cause injury, especially if you are someone that is concerned about your knees, feet, ankle, and joints. So you want to make sure that you do not jump on hard surfaces. The kind of surfaces that you do want to jump on is maybe a wood surface, because it has some spring to it. You want to jump on a rubber mat. So like me, like sometimes I like to go to the track and field, because they have the rubber mats. And then if you don't have either one of those, you can actually jump on a jump rope mat. So they have companies that make these kind of things for you to be safe. Okay. Number three, you want to wear the correct shoes, right? The shoes that you wear should be shoes that absorb shock, such as a running shoe or a cross trainer. These shoes will help prevent like extra banging or whatever, or it will absorb it. Okay, so you want to make sure that you wear a good shoe, and if you're looking for a certain sneaker, you can get any, but the latest that I've been using is Mizuno's. I really actually love them. Okay, number 4, you can wear compression socks. So with compression socks, it will help. It's great for circulation. It's great for performance, and you recover quicker. So this is kind of like when you're in a hospital, you see nurses and doctors kind of wearing those long socks all the time. Those are compression socks because they're on their feet all day, and it really, really does wonder for them. Okay. I see your questions. I'm going to come back to them. Number 5, do not try too much too soon. So a lot of times you get online, and I know for me, I always say, hey, 10 minutes of the jump rope is equivalent to a 30-minute jog on a treadmill at 6.5 miles an hour. And then what do you go and do? You go in the bottom of your closet, you be just digging. You pick up that jump rope, and then you begin to jump. But it's like, do you know how to jump? Is your body ready? Like, when is the last time you even kind of did some kind of physical activity? So try to like really ease your way into it. And I also see a lot of jump rope challenges online where they're just like, okay, day 1 do 200 jumps, day 2 do 300 jumps, day 3 do 400 jumps, day 10 do 1,000 jumps. Like, you have to ease your way into these things if you haven't done it in a while. So let's say, like, yes, I want you to jump rope, but also 2, I want you to do it safely. Okay. So start with the basics and don't do too much too soon. Number 6, you want to warm up, cool down, stretch and strengthen. Okay. Sometimes it's just not enough to go and stretch. There's many other factors that play into making sure that your body is good for jumping rope. Okay. So like I said, you want to warm up before jumping. You don't want to do like the static stretches before your body's even warm, because you may pull something. So you want to make sure you do some moving around to really warm up your body. And then you want to, make sure you stretch, right? You want to make sure after you finish the activity that you do recover. And you want to make sure that you stretch, and in addition, that you strengthen, okay? Because the knees is supported by other muscles. So your knees are supported by your hamstrings, by your quads, by your hips, and by your glutes. And if these areas are weak, guess what? Your knees are going to be weak too. Or if your calves are super tight, guess what? Your knees are going to be in pain. So there's a lot of factors that really play into ensuring that your knees are safe. And I just gave you a few safety precautions. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, because I've basically finished with my content, but I definitely want to be available to answer some of your questions. So once again, do not jump high or land incorrectly. You want to make sure you're only jumping high enough to clear the rope. You don't want to land on your whole foot, and you only want to jump on the balls of your feet with a slight bend. Number 2, you don't want to jump on hard surfaces. So if you have concrete or something like that, you want to make sure you're jumping on a wood surface, something that absorbs shock, something that has spring in it. You want to jump on a rubber track surface, and you want to jump on or jump on a jump rope mat if that's available. But you definitely, like I said, if you're concerned about your knees, feet, ankle, and joints, you want to do that. Number 3, you want to wear the correct shoes. And everyone's feet are different. Everyone deals with different things when it comes to their feet, but you want to make sure that you wear the correct shoe that's good for you. The most common shoe can be a running shoe or a Plus trainer, right? And one brand that I've found that I love so far is Mizuno. Okay. I love them. Mizonu. Number 4, you want to wear compression socks. Like compression socks, yes, they're cute. Like I wear cute ones, right? But you like the compression will help was great for circulation. Number 1, is great for performance. Number 2, and it aids in quicker recovery. Number 5, you don't want to do too much too soon. Like I said, 10 minutes of jump rope is equivalent to a 30-minute jog on a treadmill at 6.5 miles an hour. And yes, it's great to go out there and try to get that jump rope that's in your closet and say, yes, I'm going to do this. Yeah, let me go to her page and see what she's doing, and let me do that. You got to ease your way. You got to ease your way into it, okay? And also, too, know your limits. Like if you're like in a jump rope challenge and they're telling you to do 1,000 like today and then 2,000 tomorrow, chill. Like you gotta start slow. Just like anything that you do with your body, you have to take it baby steps at a time. Number 6, you want to warm up, you want to cool down, you want to stretch, and you want to strengthen. Each one of these things play its role in making sure that you are safe. Okay, so I want to see if you have any questions. So I see question here. What kind of material is the best to select the rope? I would highly suggest a PVC quality rope. That's the kind of ropes that you see me jumping with all the time. It's either PVC or it's a weighted rope, but the weighted rope, the coat is PVC. And if you go to the link in the bio, I definitely have some amazing ropes there that you can check out. I don't see any other questions. So while I'm waiting on you to drop your questions, I'm going to tell you about a program that I did with the Upgrade guys, and it's called Jump Rope Prep and Recovery. So what happened is we did a podcast about a few months ago that just recently dropped a couple of weeks ago. And one of the main concerns of my audience is, oh, I want to jump, but my knees. I want to jump, but my knees. As a matter of fact, I just did a survey on Instagram, a Facebook group, in my text messaging community, and my text message community. That's all they were saying. I want to jump rope. I want to exercise, but my knees. And this, like I said, this is something that I'm asked almost every single day. So while having a discussion with the Upgrade guys, they actually work on mobility, they work on strengthening, they work on stretching, but they kind of have a well-rounded approach into how they do their mobility training. And so I said, look, like, this is the best of both worlds. One hand, I'm going to teach you how to jump. And on the other hand, they're going to teach you how to prepare for it and recover from it and strengthen. Like, what better collaboration was that? So yes, the course starts tomorrow, and I prepared about 23 tutorials for you, and they prepared a lot of videos as well for the mobility portion of it. So I'm excited myself to even go through their portion of the course, because I think it's going to be amazing. And I think it's going to change the lives of those of you that think that knee pain is a barrier. Like I said, once again, if you can run and jog, you can jump, because jump rope can be safer than running and jogging if done correctly. I have a question here. Can I jump 1,000 times every day, or is it too much? Goal is to lose weight. I would actually say that it really depends on you. Like, if you can do 1,000 every day, it's fine, because honestly, it should take you no more than 10 minutes to do 1,000 jumps. Okay. And also, when you're talking about weight loss, you want to also combine other things such as drinking more water, watching what you eat, and maybe adding other exercises. So add some strength training. Like, I don't know, like if you do weights or kettlebells or bands or just your own body weight, add some resistance training in there so that you can strengthen at the same time. And of course, when you do strengthen, you have lean muscle mass, which makes you look smaller, even if that number on the scale is not moving. So that's very, very important. And thank you for that question. But but this is how I lost 30 pounds in a pandemic. Honestly, I went outside and I was doing 10 sets of 100 jumps 3 to 5 times a week. Okay. Of course, this doesn't count like the freestyles and things like that, but I definitely did 10 sets of 100 jumps. Okay. Are there any other questions here? I am here for you for another 5 minutes. So please ask your questions now. Let me see who's here watching so I can shout you out. Hello, Martha. Hi, Lulu Wack. Hey, Mustache. Hi, Sexy Chocolate. Hey, Shaylin Powered. Hi, Lil Shorty. So hi to y'all here. So if you have any questions in regards to safe jumping and the knees and jump rope, please feel free to ask them now. Let me see if there are any questions here. I don't see any questions here, but I would love, love, love to answer your questions. Okay. This is something, like I said, that I talk about all the time, and something that I'm asked about all the time. So take advantage while I am here. Once again, if you are interested in learning how to jump and how to do it safely, happy Sunday to you too. If you want more information or would like to know how you can do this and do it safely, learn from the best of both worlds. And like I said, I teamed up with the Upgrade guys, and we did a course called Jump Rope Prep and Recovery. I prepared about 23 lessons for you, and they prepared lessons as well for that. When do you increase the weight of the ropes? I would say at any time that you want. It really, like I said, it depends on the goals that you have, and it depends on the workout that you're going to do. So when I first started using them back in 2015, I was using a 1 pound, the 2 pound, and a 1/2. So I used to do like a circuit training workout with the ropes. And what I found was when I was using the 1 and 2 pounds every single day, my upper body got really, really bulked. Like they bulked me up really, really quick. So right now, I limit my weighted roping to like the 1 pound, the 1/2 pound jump rope. So I'll do 10 sets of 100 jumps, like 3 to 5 times a week with the 1/2 pound. Now that I've incorporated Tabatas back, so I do like the 8 round, 4 minutes. So I'll do like 20 seconds on, 10 sets off. So now when I incorporate the Tabatas, I'll do like the 1 pound rope and then the 20. I'll do the 1 pound rope because I'm only doing it for 4 out of the 8 rounds. Okay. I've seen a couple of other questions. What supports do you recommend? What do you mean as far as supports? Are you talking about support bras? Like what kind of supports? Is jumping rope safe while pregnant? I would say if there's an activity that you were doing before the pregnancy, you could continue at a modified pace. But if jumping rope is totally new to you, you haven't done it, and now you're pregnant and you want to jump, I wouldn't suggest adding it if you weren't doing it. Like if when you're pregnant, like I said, follow the advice of your doctor, one, and then number two, don't start something new. Do something or do the things that you were already doing before the pregnancy. Okay. How to avoid spraining my ankle? Should I get high sneakers? Your sneakers really depends on your feet. So, like I said, I would suggest like each person is different. So, a person that has flat feet versus a person that may have an arc is kind of different. But I would suggest getting a shoe that would support your ankle or support your whole foot, and be mindful of how you're jumping, making sure you're not jumping too high, making sure you're not trying to do a trick that you're not prepared for. So just really take your time because you shouldn't be harming your ankle. Can you jump barefoot? There are some people that can jump barefoot, so definitely use your discretion. Like I know Rushy, he jumps barefoot. Well, he jumps with socks. But I would say if you want to jump barefoot and if you don't have any issues with your feet or your lower body, I would suggest maybe jumping on like the soft mats like they have in the karate studio. I think that's like the only time I jump barefoot. But yeah, just be careful. Like I said, it's really up to you what you decide to do. So, are there any questions? These are some very good questions so far. So, okay. All right. So I don't see any other questions right now. I thank you so much for tuning in and listening to safety precautions for jumping rope in your knees. And once again, I teamed up with the Upgrade Guys to bring you, you're welcome. I teamed up with the Upgrade Guys to bring a course called Jump Rope Prep and Recovery. Not only will you learn how to jump properly and safely, but you'll learn some skills in there, and you'll also learn how to prepare, recover, stretch, and strengthen. And I'll break down the weeks for you for the jump rope portion. The jump rope hit and bare feet hurts like crazy. I can only imagine. So, excuse me, in week 1 of the jump rope prep and recovery, the jump rope videos really cover like the basics in your footwork because those are very foundational things. And then week 2, we get into some footwork, right? So we get learning the footworks, learning the maneuvers and things like that. And then in week 3, because footwork should be second nature because it can be a transitional tool. Week 3, we get into learning basic tricks. And then week 4, we learn how to combine those said basic tricks. So I'm very excited about the course. I hope that you are too. If you plan to take the course, make sure that you share this live. I should have said that to you in the beginning. Make sure that you share this video with your friends because I'm sure your friends have the same questions as well. And when I press end on the video, if you were here live, I would ask that you actually leave a comment because the comments during a live do disappear. So I'd love for you to leave your feedback or your comments once I'm finished with the video. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your content, your comments, your participation, and your attention because time is money. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Make sure I get me a good picture. Hey, Blackface, you missed the whole laugh. I'm out of here.